Hey there, Aquarius. Quick disclaimer before we jump into this week's love reading. If you hear some gurgling sounds or some growling sounds throughout this week's love video, do know that I do have the reminder to eat before I record videos. I did want to scrap the video, but then the knowing came through that if my stomach growled or gurgled during a reading, a public reading, or a personal in-person reading, that I would not stop or scrap it. We would just keep moving forward. And so that's what we're doing the video still. And Spirit reminded me that it's just a reminder that we are all human and that stuff happens sometimes. So without further ado, please do enjoy this week's love reading. There, Aquarius! Welcome or welcome back to Stars Aligned Oracle YouTube channel. Cat Star here with your love reading for the week of August 25th through August 31st. Holy heck, we are at the very end of August already. I can't believe it. As with the general reading this week, we are going to get a couple of cards for the overall energy, a couple of supporting cards, and an advice card for love for you, Aquarius, for this week. As always, please do remember that my readings are general in nature and may or may not resonate for everybody, so please do take what is for you and leave what isn't. And for those of you that are liking and sharing the videos, thank you so much. It does help others to be able to see these messages that might not otherwise, and thank you for supporting the channel. This community is growing so quickly, and that couldn't happen without each and every one of you. All right, let's go ahead and get into the reading here. What is the overall energy for Aquarius, for love, for the time frame I have specified? What is the overall... Oh, you sure went up here. Wow, beautiful. All right, and what is the supporting information? Whoa. Okay, that is too many. So we are going to take the three that are right here. Oh, actually, we're going to take the four. So conflicting energies going on here. Look at all these that fell out also. That's just way too many. All right, and what is the advice for Aquarius for love for this week? What is the advice for Aquarius for love this week? Oh, we got two of them. All right, Aquarius. So starting the reading right off the bat with your energy, So Aquarius, the star here, look at this beautiful card. The star is actually, it's really bringing up this feeling within me of kind of rebuilding and healing. So some of you are rebuilding within the love department during this time. Last week, if you watched last week's reading, love reading, there was a little bit of, well, right off the bat, the very beginning of the reading, if I'm remembering correctly, was about some relationships coming to an end. And so how perfect and fitting is it that the star card is the very first overall energy for this week's reading. It's all about rebuilding. It's all about healing. It's all about holding the faith, keeping hope, and continuing to move forward, Aquarius. So some of you are really, after last week's potential ending, although they're in the reading, it also did indicate a new romance, but some of you are rebuilding this week. Some of you are healing. Some of you are going inside yourself, right? You're checking in with your heart chakra, with your heart, with yourself, reconnecting. You're rebuilding and you're healing, right? And healing can be a process. So give yourself the space to heal in the time frame or the manner that works the best for you, if that is what is resonating for you this week, Aquarius. Also, the star is actually abundance as well. At least when I read the star, it is abundance. It is pulling prosperity into you. So prosperity of love does look like it's coming in, though in this time right now, Aquarius, you really are focusing this time, during this time frame, to really start rebuilding, start healing after an ending. Now, this may have been the ending that did occur last week, and maybe an ending that occurred before, or several months ago or a year ago, right? But some of you are healing, some of you are rebuilding, right? And that's beautiful, beautiful energy. Now, this is 17, right? And that goes down to 8, which is abundance. This card, the moon card, which is the next overall energy here, is number 18. So we're following the path of the Fool this week, Aquarius, with the energies. We go from 17, the star, to 18, the moon. And this is all about getting out of the illusions, rebuilding, healing through the illusions of that potential ending or that relationship and kind of where it left you. Okay, the moon for me traditionally as a reader is also one of confusion, right? Confusion. It's almost as if she is floating in this water, looking up at the moon for guidance. Okay, so if you are feeling some confusion this week, Aquarius, if you are feeling some confusion about the ending relationship, past relationships, any of that, just know that there is illumination coming in, that the illusions that you have been feeling, actually you will begin to see clarity around that. There is a bright side to this. There is a brightness that is coming, that is shining through. So the illusions can fall away so that you can really, really step into the rebuilding and the healing. And the next card, which is forgiveness. Some of you are really, really holding on to this emotion, or attached and not detaching. And basically, I said this in a reading before, though I couldn't think of the actual way it was worded, the quote was worded, but it's like you're continuing to drink the poison and thinking someone else is going to die. Now, of course, we don't want anybody to die, Aquarius, but it is time to forgive, to let go, to release. You do not have to ever speak to the person again. If that is what this is about, you do not have to ever share that you have forgiven, but you also do not have to continue to poison yourself by ruminating or sitting in your wounds. Forgiveness sets you free, Aquarius. Forgiveness sets you free. So rebuilding, healing, letting go of the illusions, letting any kind of confusion actually work itself out, letting that clarity come in, and forgiving, not holding on to it any longer. And in some aspects, some of you are actually going to be feeling romantic feelings, and those romantic feelings might be for that person from the past that you are actually rebuilding and healing from, that you are forgiving. Some romantic feelings might be there as you're thinking about the past, as you're thinking about kind of where you might have been even a month ago or a year ago, that sort of thing. Those romantic feelings are coming in. Aquarius, it is time, Spirit is indicating, it is time to really check in with yourself and see if those romantic feelings are an illusion of a past that you are remembering a bit different than it actually happened. Okay? Spirit is really, really, really pushing that these romantic feelings could be an illusion. Something that you are unfortunately making bigger than they were at the time to kind of pull that back in or to hold on to it. And Spirit is indicating it is time to let that go. Let the illusions go, because on the other side here we have entanglement. So some of you are still in an entanglement. The rest of you, or some others of you, are in separation, which is what was indicated in last week's reading. So if you are in an entanglement, you're feeling confused, you're having romantic feelings again, or they are coming in and really, really working hard to let you know how much they care and how much they love you, Spirit is indicating to really follow your gut. Follow your gut and, decide whether this is an entanglement, whether this is true or an illusion. And, those of you that are in separation, Spirit is indicating that this was or is the best for you at this time to heal and rebuild. That doesn't mean that in the future, you and the specific person or whoever this may be about can't come back together as you've both healed and as you've both grown some, rebuilt within yourselves some, let go of the illusions, got some clarity, right? That doesn't mean you can't come back together, but for now, Spirit is indicating that this was nothing more than an entanglement and that the separation is for your higher good. And your advice is giving and receiving. Open yourself up and make sure that others are aware that you have boundaries, that you do really, really expect to not only give, right? You're open to giving, but also to receiving back. There needs to be balance. There needs to be more, it needs to have a give and take, not just a give on your part, Aquarius. Giving and receiving includes both parties, right? Both parties of a relationship, or whatever your relationship specifically looks like. It does include both parties, or how many ever are included there. Giving and receiving is a balancing. It's balancing out. It creates a harmony. So Aquarius, if you were giving to this relationship that is being indicated here in this current reading, and actually in last week's love reading, if you haven't seen that one, go ahead and look back on the channel and watch that one as well, because it goes right into all of this. But if you were involved in just giving, Spirit says, yeah, your cup is not full, Aquarius. It is time to go back and rebuild. Go back and heal and fill your own cup. We cannot give from an empty cup, Aquarius. And Spirit is also saying trust. Trust that this separation, trust that ending or separating from this entanglement, trust that forgiving, trust that, healing and rebuilding. Trust that this is all for your greater good and, in fact, the greater good of everybody involved. Trust that great things come of this. Trust that you are lovable, that you are supported, and that you will come out the other side of this glowing, right? As she has what appears to be the little beautiful energy balls around her. Plus, the sun is lighting her way, lighting her up, building her up. And Spirit is indicating that is what Spirit is doing for you now. Even though it may not feel like it, even though it may not look like it in the moment, Aquarius, trust and know that Spirit has your back. All right, Aquarius, I do intend this resonated with you and for you. If it did, please do hit the like button and share this video. It does help others to be able to see the message who might not otherwise. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the bell icon if you haven't already, and you'll be notified every time I upload new readings. As always, I do wish you hope, joy, and lots of love with all of your current and future endeavors. I'll see you in the next reading.